Hey, what is up, guys? This is Carlos from Team Breakthrough coming at you with a Zing deck profile. Actually, it's Metalfoes Zing, my bad. Everybody is not putting any attention to this deck right now because everybody's waiting for the new support to be released. But I have set my mind to make this deck work right now. And so, because I just really like the combos and it makes some really nutty feels. So, anyways, let's get right into it. So, for the level 1s, we run 3 Chewin. Really good card. You usually want to open this in Jatu. Well, not open the Jatu, but open this card so you can discard it with the Jatu for the effect. And I'll show you later, like a midi combo or something. So 3 of this. We only play 1 pull out. It's not really relevant. The level is really low. It's another name, if anything, just used to discard, but you're really gonna synchro with it. Then we play through Jatu, and in this deck, every combo, well, not every combo, but a big majority of the combos is gonna go through this card. Those combos are gonna resolve, like it's gonna, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to resolve this card for many of those combos to work. So if this card gets failure or something like that, you are in a bad position. So that's one of the first challenges I'm facing with this deck, is how to make sure this resolves all the time. A theory I had behind it was dress, but up to right now we don't know, like forbidden dress. Anyways, for the level 2s, we run 2 of Bixie. Bixie in other builds I've seen it being ran at 3. I don't like it at 3. Instead of the third one, I run the level 5 Zing monster. I think that's a different name. It's a decent beater too, so I cut this guy down to 2. And then once a Fraxi, it's really good when going for Soaking, because you can make one of the Baxias a tuner. But I also have a other combo where you can make Soaking without having to invest 2 Baxias on it. But his effect is pretty decent. Through BN, another name, floater, everything really good. The same for all these guys. So all these guys are the same, just to float into and synchro with. Of course, like, you know, they have those effects that, you know, this for example gives the synchro monster a 500 and blah blah blah, but that rarely comes up or is relevant because the boards you make is just are nutty. This card is something to float into when you already have like established board, or if you had a break hand and you just need like a big beater, and this is one of them. And then for the last Zing monster, Safranu, this and Jatu are the most important cards in the deck, because making the Baxias and any other level 8 synchro monster is gonna revolve around these two cards. So really good cards. And then for the Metalfoes, we run 3 Silver and 3 Stealing. We only run 6. We don't run 8. I'll show you guys later why. But my theory behind it is because you want to see these guys to what's it called, to get the combo off. But you never want to see these guys after you already, like after you made your board. Like top decking one of these guys is really bad. So you don't want to run 8, because I feel like you're gonna end up drawing them late game when you actually need something better to top deck, and then you're gonna top deck one of these and you're just gonna be sad. For the spells, to compensate for the other 2 Metalfoes, we run Painful Decision. So Painful Decision, you guys already know what it does, and this contributes to my theory where you don't want to draw it. So because if, for example, if you draw one of this, you send one and not the other. So you deck thin, you get your combo piece, and you know for sure that you have less dead draws like later in the game. So 2 Painful Decision, 1 Upstart because we couldn't find that 40th card, and it helps with the combos actually. 1 of the Fusion. This Fusion is really busted. Like the fusion card itself, not the fusion monster. The fusion monster, if you summon the fusion monster, you either are in a position where you don't need it and you're just doing it to stall on your opponent, or you brick really hard and you just need a beater. But the fusion monster is not a fusion that's gonna get you out of any situation. But this is good because when you pop it or somehow gets to the graveyard, you can shuffle it back and get a draw off of it. So it's really good card. One soul charge because, you know. And then we run 2 Toon Twisters because we lose to back row. That's another weakness of this deck. You lose to back row, so we're trying to minimize that. And then through path, they're searchable. So I'm bound to. Well, I've been thinking about cutting one of this because they're really searchable and you don't want to. But it's another name for you to discard for Jiatsu, so I'm like 50-50. And then 2 combination. A lot of people run 3. I run 2 because if you run 3, you are bound to open multiples of this, and you do not want to open this card. I understand you need names to search with the Metalfoes, but like I said, once you search out or make your board, you don't want to top deck this card because this is only good, or its effect is only good when you fusion summon, and like I said, you never want to fusion summon. And then one Sephir's Divine Strike and 1 Creation. Creation, it's good, but it's not that great because it can clock your fill, but it can also, like, if you go second, actually if you go first, right, and you break, you can set this and the next turn like go off like with this card, but it's alright. Anyways, that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we run 1 Soken, 1 Herald because he's a judgment. Alright, so here's the little thing. Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon can make you can help you make Soken like way more like easier than you using 2 Baxias, because you can just make this guy, and there's 2 ways you can make this guy. You can make it with Chiwen and the level 5, or you can make it with the Jiatsu and the Swanee. And you make this guy, and then you pendulum summon. Well, you kind of have to pendulum summon, or you can just summon off of the Jiatsu, summon this guy, and then this 2 right here. That simple means a Soken. So like you don't have to go that extra thing with making XL Synchron or anything like that. You can get like straight off the bat, and like this can also be like a quote unquote like a Dark Destroyer, because you can pop any card on the field. And so if there's like a backer that's bothering you, summon this and pop it. Anyways, for the level 7s, we run 1 Meteor Burst and 1 Yazi. Pretty standard. Through Baxias. You need 3 Baxias because you're gonna run through all of them. Most likely you're gonna run through 2 on getting through your board, and you need 1 for the, I guess, future combos. Sometimes you might even use all 3 in the first turn. 1 Ogre, Void Ogre, because you end up with no hand most of the times, because you set all the traps, and the traps you set are counters and they're just busted. 1 Bills, 1 Trish, 1 Chao Feng, really easy to make. If you open like the Chiwen and the Jiatsu, you can make a Baxia, and then with the Chiwen, sink into this and make sure that light monsters are not, their effects cannot be activated, and so that means you can kind of lock out Blue Eyes. And then I run 2 Exorcy 38 to make with the Baxias, because if you go first, you make the 2 Baxias, and if you leave those Baxias, they're weak and they're not doing much. So you make this to have an extra negation, and this is a theory because most of the time when you synchro summon or do something with these guys, most likely they're gonna go to the extra deck, and so next turn you pendulum summon, and with both of them you summon this guy, and that's another negation. So really good card. And then this is the fusion. That fusion really does nothing, but yeah. So that is the deck profile, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys have any input or something I can try in this deck, please let me know. So thank you guys for watching. This is Carlos.